What the business, YouTube? Episode 24. My name's Jay Florida, and today's career of discussion is a loctician. So, what is a loctician? A loctician is a specialized hairdresser who focuses on starting, maintaining, repairing, and styling dreadlocks rather than general hair services. Now, to give you a piece of history, while dreadlocks themselves date back nearly 5,000 years to ancient cultures like the Celts, Vikings, and in Africa, the specific term and professional role of a loctician is a modern development, with formalized dedicated lock salons becoming more prominent from the late 1990s and early 2000s and onward. A few basic requirements to becoming a loctician include developing core skills such as starting locks and lock maintenance, learning advanced techniques such as crocheting and extensions, formalized training through an apprenticeship, and specialized certification programs that focus specifically on locks. Now, mastering your craft and building a strong clientele can take you anywhere from 3 months to 1 year and cost you anywhere from $500 to $2,000 and upward. As far as your range, as an entry-level loctician, you can expect to make $25,000 to $40,000, with a few things affecting how much you take home being your clientele size, how fast you can service, your skills and experience, and location. A day in life as a loctician can be described as scheduling and timekeeping, styling and maintaining locks, detailed and intensive work, and expense tracking. As far as opportunity, anybody can become a loctician, though I would argue there is a large ethnic factor, demographic that is at play. But besides that, anybody can learn how to become a loctician, For that reason, the loctician does score green. A few examples to take note of in this field include Dr. Kari Williams, the creator of Goddess Locks, and has over 20 years of experience as a natural hair care specialist. Next, we have the Wick Lady, a prominent South Florida loctician who's worked on top talent such as Kodak, Hot Boy, T-Pain, 2 Chainz, and Fetty Wap. Last but not least, we have Ja Locks, a Lux loctician based in ATL who's worked on the likes of Lil Durk, Gunna, and Lil Uzi. Moving on to our fact moment segment of this episode, starting off with fact number 1. Rita Marley was shot in the head on December 3rd, 1976 during an attempted assassination of her husband, Bob Marley. She survived the attack, attributing her survival to the thick dreadlocks, which allegedly reduced the bullet's impact. Fact number 2. Wigs are a hairstyle consisting of extremely thick, chunky dreadlocks, often numbering only 4 to 15 on the whole head, resembling candle wicks. Originating in South Florida among the Haitian community, they are a stylized, low-maintenance, and dense form of locks. And fact number 3. Asha Mandela holds the record for longest recorded locks, with her hair officially measured at 19 feet 6.5 inches in 2009. She has since reported her hair has grown to an incredible 110 feet, though for some reason this is unverified. For our last segment, before we move on to the circle of influence, health risks and mitigation, starting off with musculoskeletal disorders as a result of repetitive motions such as carpal tunnel syndrome and chronic back and neck pain. Contact dermatitis or allergies caused by constant exposure to hair gels, oils, and styling products. And respiratory problems due to inhaling fumes from aerosols, hair dyes, and heated styling products. To mitigate, thank you very much, you can try working in properly ventilated areas, taking short but sufficient breaks, and wrist rolling and ice water specifically for the hands in between clients. Now that does it for our primary segment. I'm gonna go ahead and give the floor to my co-host. Let him take over for the Circle of Influence. What the business, YouTube? Bam 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 bam. Nah, I swear to God. Circle of Influence. If you don't know, it's a small compilation of ideas and statistics that may influence a person to lean into or lean away from pursuing a certain career or position. Now, starting things off, we have respect. Is this a career or position that provides me respect and dignity? For this segment, the Loctician does score green. You know, it's one of those careers where you are ingratiating yourself into the community and your services do yield aesthetically pleasing results for your clientele, bringing them a sense of happiness. Next, we have growth. Is this a career or position that provides me with the opportunity to grow from a $100,000 earning threshold? For this segment, the Loctician does score red, with most sources online citing that the Loctician has the potential to make as much as $150,000 in a single year. Next, we have gore. Is this a career or position that will have me dealing with an abundance of blood, violent action, grotesque imagery, or scenery? For this segment, the Loctician does score green, as in no, you will not be dealing with any of the mentioned before. For our last ideological standpoint, we have moral conflict. Is this a career or position that will have me compromise any of my foreseeable morals? Don't lie, don't cheat, don't steal, don't kill. The basic set of guidelines. Again, for this segment, the Loctician does score green. Moving on to the statistical side of things, we have gender demographics, where information was pretty much scarce. But to keep things as informative and as accurate as possible, we have safely determined that this is a industry led by women. Moving on to ethnic demographics, where again, information was very far and in between, practically none at all. But again, to keep things as accurate as possible and as informative as possible, we have safely again determined that this is a industry led by African Americans. For our last statistical standpoint, where we were able to find some information. Top paying states, location demographics, no particular order, starting off with California, followed by Florida and New York. We also have Georgia. Finishing off the list is Virginia. Now, that does it for the Circle of Influence. I'm going to go ahead and give the floor back to Florida. I'm back. So, to put the Loctician in the summary, locks. They are something that resonates or is found dear by mostly us people of Afro descent. That's kind of where the opportunity is just like crossing over that threshold of yellow. But being that it's something that we deeply resonate with or find dear, we also hold an abundance of love for our Locticians. You still are bringing home a very, very nice amount of earnings home. You just won't be eating caviar pancakes in the back of a Rolls Royce every morning, you know? With that being said, thank you to our African American women taking care of our African American hair. The word of the day is terminal. Self-help resources on the board. As always, I'll leave it down in the description. And to show your support, if you want to see this kind of content more often, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys on episode 25.